friends, thank you all so much for coming back to craft with me, and welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and today's project is this file folder mini album. I don't know what it is about file folders, but any size file folder is just super cute. So I was inspired by file folders to create this little mini album. And it's a small little album. It measures 5.5 inches across by 4 inches. And it's pretty much just 3 little file folders slash pockets. So this is how mine turned out. I did add one of these little enclosures to it with a Velcro. And then I also added some stickers on the front. And so pretty much the first file folder is the cover. So you can just immediately open this up at the top and open up whatever's inside. So you can see I added some green tabs to all of my file folders, and inside I just put some little journaling cards. This one I put together that says thankful and grateful, and this one is just a project life journaling card. And then we can open this up. And over here, I made this little tag that opens up so you can write inside or journal, whatever you want to do. And it says, make it count, with some flowers around it. And the same things are in this pocket here. So there's my little file tab. I just put together this little note card to write on. And there's my project life journaling card to go with it. And here is the last page. I love this little envelope. It's not really an envelope, but you could make it one if you want to. And it just opens up like this, so you can write a note in there. So I kind of just put this together with my scraps, and same thing with this little tag here. So I don't really have measurements for these. You can just go through your scraps and create whatever kind of size you want. But everything else I will obviously give you the measurements for, as always. And I have more journaling cards. And that is it for this file folder mini album. I say this every time, but you can put photos inside as well. I just never have any photos to put as examples inside of my projects. So that's something else you can do, is just put photos, and then you can write about them as well, all inside of this little mini album. And I just like the file folder look again. So if you want to, because some of the cards like these kind of stick out at the top, you can just turn them to the side so that you can see all of your tabs that you make and nothing's blocking them. So if you actually want to label these tabs, you'll be able to see that. So let's close that up and we can make one of these together. And before I get into the tutorial, I am using the watercolor paper pad here by Park Lane. I got this for my birthday and I absolutely love it. It has a bunch of florals and, you know, everything that I like. So just doing like a super quick flip through. And they have so many different colors too. So that's the watercolor paper pad I'm using. Now onto the mini album. We're gonna start with the 3 file folder pockets. So for that, you're just going to need 3 sheets of paper that measure 4 by 12. So you can use one whole sheet of 12 by 12 paper to create all of your pockets, or you can choose different designs. So I'm gonna do 2 of the same here and then this green one in the middle. So those are my 3 sheets. And we're gonna score these all the same exact way. So I'll just flip this over and we're gonna line this up at the 12-inch side. And this is the only side that we're gonna score, just to make this really easy. So we're gonna score at 1/2 inch, 6 inches, and 11.5 inches. And that's all that we're gonna do. So let's just fold our scores over like this. And then this extra tab is what's going to be glued into the mini album. So I like to just fold that one back and forth. And then we're simply just going to glue this tab down, and then we're going to pop a line of glue at the bottom here as well. And I did not make a tab on the bottom, but you can if you'd like. Just wanted this to be semi-simple. So I popped my glue where I want it to go, and now I can bring this over. And that is our first little file folder done. Besides the little file tab, I'm gonna do those last. So let's go ahead and just do the same exact thing to our other 2 sheets of paper. Put it at the 12-inch side, and we're gonna score again at 1/2 inch, 6 inches, and 11.5. And now I'm going to create the little tabs to go on each of my file folder pockets. So for that, you can take whatever size little skinny strip of paper you have to create your tabs. These need to dry. But what I'm gonna do is just take like one of the branding strips from the tops of my paper, and I'm gonna just cut this down because it's already a nice skinny little strip. So I'm just gonna take this and cut it down at every 2 inches so that I have a little tab there. So I just need 3 of them, so I'm just gonna cut 3 of those out. What I'm gonna do now is just corner round the top 2 corners of my tabs. You can also just like take your little hole punch and just chop out like the corner right here as well, like there. It just depends on what kind of look you want to go with, but I think I like to just corner round mine. So it looks like that. And I'll do that for all my little tabs. And I'm just going to take one of my tabs, and I just glue mine right onto the inside of the back part here. So it's sticking out like that. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of glue at the bottom of my tab and stick that right onto the back there. So I'll stick my first tab more to the left. My second tab on my second folder is gonna go somewhere in the middle. this. And then I'll kind of just line everything up to see how they look layered on top of each other. And then my last little tab's gonna go more towards the right. And that's perfect. That's exactly how I want it to stack up and look. So now we're going to just grab the little spine that we're gonna make to glue all of these extra tabs down onto. So I'm just using a very small little scrap that measures 2 inches by 4 inches. And for this one, we're gonna hold it at the 2-inch side and just score this at 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. Just like this. And we'll simply just fold over these scores here. Now we're gonna glue in our file folders. So we're gonna take our first one and glue that in first. So our tab here, we want to just place like this on the inside. So I'm gonna pop some glue here on my blank side of my tab. And then I'm also gonna pop glue onto the left side, or the tab here on the left. And then we're gonna just place our tab here right onto the inside. So not on top of this tab, but just to the right of it. And then we're gonna take this tab and just fold it over onto the front of our file folder. All right, so it's gonna look like this, and that is what it's gonna look like on the inside. And now we're gonna just skip over our second file folder and go to our last file folder here. And we're gonna glue this one down next. So instead of putting this extra tab back, like how we did with the first one, we wanna bring it forward. So now I'm gonna pop glue on my pattern side here of this tab. And then I'm also gonna pop some glue now onto this little tab here on the right of our spine. And now we're gonna take this tab and put it right next to this tab. And then again, this extra tab is gonna go fold over onto the back of our last file folder pocket. And then now we can take our middle file folder and we're gonna put this tab backwards, just like how we did with the first one. And we're gonna pop some glue here on this blank side. And then this is just gonna go right on top of the tab here so that it covers up that white space. then just make sure that all of your pages can open and close nicely. And that's pretty much it for the little file folder mini album. I don't even think I'm gonna do any kind of enclosure for this. It does stand up nicely like this and it lays flat. I mean, it just depends on how much stuff you put inside of your pockets. Now I'm just going to kind of decorate the front and then we'll be all done. So here's what I'm gonna do with my front cover, I think. Got my leftover branding strip there, and then I also have this dragonfly that I stamped on vellum, and I just had it laying around. So I might just like put that on the front and cut a piece of this. And I'm just gonna glue this on as if it's like a piece of tape. So it'll go partially on my little vellum here, like this. And actually there's like a smudge at the bottom of the vellum. I'm just gonna quickly go trim that off because it's bothering me. Okay, and now I'm gonna glue this on to the front here. Just like this. All right, so I'll put this just right inside here. Be happy, love it. So simple too, but it's just so cute. And then we'll go inside here. And I suppose I could do another little tag in here that flips open. You can obviously embellish and do whatever kind of things you want to your pages on the inside. But anyway, this is just a little scrap from my stash. So I'm just gonna cut this down a little bit to make my tag and cut out my little tag shape. And I'll just glue that down here. Or I could put it over here. Maybe I'll put it here. I don't know, what do I do? Okay, I went with this side. And here's a cute little sticker to put on here, I think. Or maybe this one. Maybe this one. All right, moving right along. I have this other little tag that I'm gonna put over here probably, and I'm gonna use my foam tape. And actually this tag was gifted to me for my birthday as well by a YouTube friend. Her name's Ophelia, and she sent me a lot of things. So this little cute tag was one thing. Whoops. Let me stick it on here. Anyway, she said she wanted to send me a birthday card, and I was like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. And then one day I just get this big package from her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like she didn't have to do that. It was just the sweetest thing. I was like crying tears of joy because it was just so kind of her. And she made a lot of really beautiful things as well. So I was just very grateful and thankful, and I told her all of this already. But yeah, nobody ever has to send me anything. Sometimes some of my friends on here just ask if they can send me things out of the goodness and kindness of their own hearts. And I just really appreciate that my friends here want to do that for me. Of course, nobody's ever obligated to, ever, absolutely not. Just having you all here watching my videos, crafting along with me, and leaving me comments and saying hi and telling me about your lives, that's just like the best. That's more than I could ever ask for. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm trying to make that little envelope thing. So this is just another scrap that I had, and I'm just folding it into thirds, not measuring it, just kind of eyeballing it. I'm gonna corner around this lid here, and I'm just gonna punch a hole with my hole punch. Well, I'm gonna punch a circle with my circle punch, you know what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna glue this down halfway, like onto here. So I'll just pop some glue on the bottom half of this circle and then put it over top. And obviously I want to make sure that the glue's not going on the lid here, so I think I should be safe. So I'm just gonna glue this now to my page. Right over here. And then I'm also just gonna add a little sentiment to this tag. It says, keep life simple. Just like my crafts, I like to keep life simple. Okay. Yay, it's centered. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for the decorating, at least for this one. Did I tell you the dimensions of my little cards here? I don't remember if I did, but these little inserts for my file folders from my first one, those will fit perfectly inside like that. And the measurements for these are 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. So in case you want to make little inserts or journaling cards for this project, those are the dimensions of these little cards. But that's going to be it for this little file folder mini album. I love how this one turned out. Love the little tabs. Oh my gosh. Cute little tag, little make today amazing reminder. Here's our envelope. So it just opens up like that. And it closes up nice and easy. My little keep life simple tag. Thank you once again, Ophelia, for all the little gifts that you gave to me. And thank you to all of you who are watching this video and maybe crafting along with me. So I hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial and this cute little project. If you did, I hope you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel as well for more crafty fun and inspiration. Leave me a comment down below and say hi, and I'll see you all in my next video. Happy crafting, everybody!